On today's show, the boys are back in town. Everybody is in business, sans Matty Potts, but we got a big one for you today because I got the number and the email of a lady on the plane. I'm not going to talk about the lady. I want to go into how to talk to somebody on a plane, because that is something that can really turn extremely bad. It could have, it didn't. I got a pillow I want to talk about. I got scooters that I have to talk about. These Lime scooters that are all over the cities. We've got to get into this because I think they're going to ruin one wheels. And I'm telling you right now, they're still amazing. Tips for tipping the birds and the bees. This is going to be a fun one. We miss you, Matty Potts. But you know what? He's fine. He's strapping it on in TTR Studios.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Lucdogg.
Lucdogg.
This is Andy fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Lucdogg in the morning.
#1 podcast in the world. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. Oh, that's right. Best damn podcast in the world that isn't a podcast. Giddy up! So welcome to the show, my wonderful friends. Thank you for joining me on another Friday morning, 10 a.m. all over the East Coast and super early everywhere else. What's up, Belly? How we doing, bud?
I'm good, and I have to ask you. You've met a woman now on a train and now a plane. What's next?
Automobiles, let's go. I can't wait. Braxton Blue is in the house. He is now going by Slutty Boy 5.
That's me. How we doing?
What's up, dude? That is going to be a story for another day. Maybe we'll have him do it free at the end of this, but Matty Potts is no longer with us today. He is with us.
Like,
Jesus,
wow.
That sounds like he died. Matty Potts is fine. He's working a catering job for Marinate. I got people hitting me up left and right that they can't wait to get to Marinate once they get out to LA. I actually had the hot mess wrap last week. It is phenomenal. It's got Cheetos in it. And you know what the best thing about this, before we even get into the show, Belly? There's no lettuce anywhere in these wraps.
There's no lettuce.
It's amazing.
No lettuce.
It comes with veggie crack.
Veggie crack is delicious.
It's so bomb. It's like,
There's so many good veggies.
do you remember what it is?
It's like snap peas and broccoli and
Asparagus, and then like
asparagus.
all kinds of good sauce, and it's just so good. You could eat it on
The
its
hot
own.
mess wrap has the most satisfying crunch.
Oh, dude, when you
to
have
it.
Cheetos on anything, it's like putting chips on a sandwich. So welcome to the show, everybody. Missed you guys on Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out on Tuesday with Belly here, holding it down in Studio A. I was out in Studio B, and now we are all here. Braxton Blue, what the hell is Slutty Boy 5?
That's my new alter ego.
Oh, where did that come from?
That's my rap name. Well, me and my associates were indulging in some extracurricular activities yesterday.
Okay.
And we just, happened to stumble across this name.
One thing
Slutty
led
Boy
to
5.
another.
And then all of a sudden, that's all I get is Slutty Boy 5.
And Slutty 5 was born. Slutty Boy 5 was born.
So listen, I had a rap name. It was Lucdogg. Actually, no, my rap name was Flip Monk.
Flip monk?
Yeah, Flip Monk, because I wanted it to be like the Chipmunk, but Flip Monk.
Isn't that you used that somewhere?
That's where it started. You don't realize that it started because it was already something as my rap name.
Yeah.
So,
But what kind of rap name is like?
Flip Monk, dude. You want to hear some Flip Monk rap?
No.
Yes, you do.
I do.
All right, you got it. I will outro you with some Flip Monk rap. You will hear your boy. We'll just do it right now. Do you guys have any?
All I think is chipmunk.
Yeah, it's the point. It's amazing.
So
Because I'm this little guy rapping out like.
That's dope, dude.
No. You don't. I really hope you don't have Flip Monk rap. Just
No, I
on
do. It's all
demand.
over the internet. I'll play it for you as soon as my internet comes back.
It's
So you
all
guys just
over the
enjoy.
internet.
It's all over the internet. It's fine. You can just find it. Flip Monk,
so-
one word. FLIPMUNK.
So is this Flip Monk the one that teaches you to spit game to ladies on planes?
Dude, I nailed it. Belly, I killed this. It was amazing.
So you live the dream where you see a very cute girl getting on a plane and you're hoping, please God, sit in my row so we can chat this 5-hour flight.
On the way out and on the way back. Both ways. Boom.
That's
Yeah.
a win.
And I had
That's a
Same
touchdown.
girl?
We need
no,
to
not
pause.
the same girl. Touchdown. Yeah, we'll just do our own sounds today. No, it was amazing because
Just happened twice.
did you actually name this show SB5? You a-hole?
Yes.
It stands for Slutty Boy 5, so you can tell who named today's show. Nicely done, Brax.
Smack it in there. Slutty Boy 5 only comes out once in a blue moon. It's not every day.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if I type in... Oh, Jesus. All right, you guys want to hear something terrible? Here's me rapping. Actually, you know what? You know what you guys need? You need something better. Belly, while I'm pulling this up, have you ever gotten somebody's number on a plane?
No, I have not.
Never?
Never someone's number on a plane.
Wait, I have a good one.
But I've never really felt like I had the opportunity to attempt to try and get someone's number on a plane. Because I've never had the opportunity to sit. I've heard this one.
This is, yeah, well, we're going to actually show you what I'm talking about. Because I feel like I have a little bit of skill, but I have to change it real quick. So I took the choruses from this song and then turned it into me rapping it. So this is probably going to get me in some trouble if I don't do this soon. Here
right. I was going to say.
I can't tell you what it really is.
This is me.
I can only
And all the
tell
music
you
is
what
me.
it feels like. Right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. Well, I can't fight as long as
Are you
the
singing
wrong
the
feels
same
right.
words?
Same
Like
words.
I'm in flight.
You have no idea how long it took me to do this, so I didn't sound like a little tiny white boy. I still kind of do.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, this isn't bad.
It's not bad.
Hold on,
You're not
just
coming
give it
up
a
with-
second. Hold on.
Where you going? I'm leaving you, bitch. No, you ain't. Come back. We're running right back. Here we go again. It's so insane, cause when it's going good, it's going great. I'm Superman with a win in this bag. She's Lois Lane. When it's bad, it's awful. I feel so ashamed. I snap. Who's that dude? I don't even know his name. I laid hands on her. I never stoop so low again. I guess I don't know my own strength.
Just gonna stand.
So that's your boy Flipmunk. Thank you very much.
That was not. That
Go
was
off.
actually. That was actually.
No, I was just going off. I'm like, you're muted. You're muted. He's like, I don't
ask you a
care.
question? When you did this, was your hair bleached blonde?
No. It was still bald. I wish I had hair to dye. But you have no
Because-
idea how hard it is to not sound like your own voice. I mean, I show that to people and they have no idea it's me.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
can
just
see that.
just listening to it.
I could see that.
I mean, if I just drop it in like the middle of a verse, if I don't tell you this is me,
It's the rage that took over and controls you both. So they say it's best to go
It
your
doesn't
separate
sound
ways.
like you
Yesterday don't know you 'cause today that was yesterday.
ooh,
Yesterday
two
is over.
voices?
It's a different
Who's
day.
that other guy in the studio?
Me again.
So yeah, we had some fun with this. And you're mad because what? I didn't do original, so it's not good
Yeah,
enough?
So it's if you just basically just read word. You were singing karaoke.
Do you have any idea
You
how
didn't
hard?
make your
Okay,
own
buddy.
rap to
Okay,
that
buddy.
pace.
Brax, we are going to go out to this segment to him rapping the words in
not-
front of him.
I'm not gonna.
I'm going to give you Love the Way You Lie, and you're going to rap the words and have it to be read right in
No.
front of you, and I'm going to show you how hard it is.
I don't want to read them right in front of me because those aren't my own words.
How about if I give you a
That's
Flipmunk
my
Ridge? You
rap?
wanna-
That's another white boy's rap.
How about a Flipmunk,
Eminem is his name.
Flipmunk OG song?
Greatest of all time.
This is an OG written. I will give you 30 seconds. This is mine.
I
Everything's mine.
appreciate OG written.
OG written. This is written by your boy Flipmunk. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hey, this is terrible.
So where should I start this time for this rhyme? I gotta think about it line by line. When I try to make sense of it all in my mind, I jumble up and stumble over every word, it's a sign. Cause it's a mess when I look all around. I see stress in all the faces that I used to know best. Now they're old and now they're cold just like a stranger. All I see is anger. I don't know if I should stay or leave and do them a favor. Man, how did it end up like this? It used to be so legit. Back
What do
in
you
the day
mean
when
it's
we
not
were
rap
kids,
music?
just
You're live. You talk to the people right now. You're damn right that's rap music.
You are rapping, but let me tell you how often I've heard it to a like angelic piano sound.
That's why I was trying to do
First
something new,
time.
dude. It was
Yep.
piano rap.
Piano rap.
I created a new
It
genre.
was
That's
like
all.
Elton DJ John.
Elton Slutty Boy 5. It's actually Slutty Boy 4. That was the original. So welcome to the show.
The original.
Yes,
The original was
all that we
Kush Lord
talked
4.
about at the beginning of the show was not in the on today's show.
No,
at
but
all.
I knew that was going to be
Surprise.
fun because I missed everybody and we love having fun with you guys. It's the whole point of the show.
That's right.
And actually, there is one thing that I would like to say in a serious tone if I can, and then we'll move on to super funny.
Okay,
and
sure.
Just fun. I met a listener in LA last week, who was very, very opinionated about us. And they made a point that made me realize something, that maybe we need to be careful about how we talk about some things. I don't want to be censored, because obviously we're on the internet, and I think this is a time where you need people to have conversations that are a little bit tough, right? Because otherwise we're going to stop hearing real conversations pretty soon.
Absolutely.
I had a listener tell me, and it was a woman, you know, you guys say all the time that you're not going to go, you're not a political show. You're not a political show. And the only thing that I want to say here is that she made a really good point that, boy, isn't that nice to not have to have that choice. Wouldn't that be nice for somebody to have that choice? Because a lot of people who are disenfranchised don't get to have that choice. And that's what I don't think you realize as a show of three white guys, is that some people don't get to just put their heads in the sand and just say, la-da-da, I don't want to do politics. Because, you know, quite frankly, if you're a black femme, you need to stand up for yourself and your people every single day. And you don't have the choice of just kind of taking it and saying, you know what, we're going to do a show that isn't about this. And I was like, okay, well, that's a really good point. My counter to that, and this is where I would like to ask Belly, is what I said was, okay, that's fair, but does that also mean that white people, like white men, now can't do a show that isn't political? Like, does it have to be political nowadays? Like, do you have to have it in there? And her response was, well, no, but it's kind of tough to hear you guys say, like, you know, you're not a political show, and then you'll go on, you know, Potts will go on a rant about 10 minutes about how your diet is shit, and it's all about economic placement and culture, and that's political.
It is political in its core, but it, in the same sense, how we're discussing it is more opinion based.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to just touch on, is that we're not, the reason we don't touch political stuff is because that's not our strong point, and that stuff is so important that I don't want to say something wrong and come across sound stupid. Like, I wouldn't talk about, I mean, we don't talk about like technology as far as like science and stuff.
We don't talk about the national debt and military spending.
No, finances. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, there's those things are not our wheelhouse, so we don't try to do something that's outside of our league, and that's the reason we stay away from it. It's not because we're afraid of it.
It's not that we don't understand it either.
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about that and be somebody that, look, you guys set your alarms to come on and see what we have to say about things. I would like to at least talk about things I know something about, and not really just rail off on something that's an opinion, but might necessarily be fact-based. I don't think that's right. I think we have a responsibility with these microphones.
Sure, absolutely. We need to be ever mindful of what we're saying and how we're approaching a topic. Absolutely.
So that's Belly. That's where it comes from, right? We're not trying to ignore politics. It's just that's not our wheelhouse, and we don't want to claim that it is. We want to make you laugh.
If we are having a discussion that has some political polarization, it is mostly out of the
let's learn something.
From it. In a sense.
Perfect, Belly. And honestly, there's no way we're going to learn if we can't have a real discussion in front of the social media lounge without everybody trying to, bite each other's heads off. But when she said that, it really did make me realize, like, okay, that is a good point. Like, not everybody has the choice to just say, okay, it's not political. But then again, I don't want to make a show that, like, not everybody has to be political, and that's what I was trying to argue.
I come here for the stories of when you're getting phone numbers on planes.
So listen, man, you're watching, you're in the aisle, you're in the middle seat. And you're watching all these people come towards you. And it's the back half of the plane now.
Yep.
Now you're looking, Brax, Belly, you're hoping. Either it's a hot chick or nobody.
Empty middle seat.
Empty. Oh, I'm in the middle seat. So I'm hoping anything next to me is empty. Whether it's going to be the aisle or the window, I'm going to move over and we're going to be great.
Yep.
So she walks up and she says, and it's just this, smoking hot blonde. Very, very. I actually thought it was the girl from Knocked Up, Heidel, something Heidel. The main character in Knocked Up.
You got it.
Right.
I think that's exactly what it is. Catherine Heidel.
Catherine Heidel. I think so. Anyway, so that's it. I'll kind of give you a look. But yeah, oh my God, I was just like, oh man, she's really pretty, and she's just like, hey, I'm right next to you, and I said, oh, okay. She sat down. Now, what's funny about this is that I wanted to bring this to you before I go any further. A you approach this? Because the way that
They're trapped.
We're all trapped. It's 5 hours of captivity.
But as a woman, it's got to be intimidating in the sense of, like, especially if you give off the wrong vibe right away. Like, if you're a creep. Could you imagine the poor woman now has to sit next to someone that's creeped her out for 5 hours?
Bummer for her.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, I can tell you how that feels too, because when I went to do Potts's baby shower, it was my first gig out there, and there's just a lot. There's a very.
I'm not saying you're a creepy guy, by the way.
No, I know.
That situation like when you're trapped on a plane,
you could easily come across
as
creepy.
Sitting next to the farter.
Yeah, dude.
Now you're trapped.
You're trapped. If this guy comes across as creepy, we're all fucked. Yeah. So I was at this baby shower, and there was this guy who's very clearly homosexual, and good for him. He was having a blast with the other guys that he was there with. But once there was some alcohol involved, boy, this guy just couldn't stop hitting on me. And it sounds like the guy at the bar that was calling Belly Daddy the whole time. You know, it's flattering, but I don't need every 30 seconds. So, you're just so scrumptious. Like, are you sure you're not into men? And it's like, no. But that's really...
No, you're not sure?
No. It's like, no, thanks, dude. But hey, listen, that's cool. Appreciate the compliment. That's how I kept saying it, because I do appreciate the compliment. That's nice.
Absolutely.
I don't mind you hitting on me. That's fine. But then every 30 seconds, every time I went to do something, it was like I put a quarter in a goddamn video game, and all of a sudden pops up this little gay dude who's hitting on me and like trying to play with my joystick in a way that I didn't sign up for when I put the quarter in. You know what I mean? It's like every time I turn around, it's like, hey, scrumptious, hey. And I was just like, dude, enough. At one point now, I think I know what women feel like when somebody's hitting on you all the time, and you just don't want them to be hitting on you, whether he was a guy or a girl or whatever. I was just like, no, I get it now. I'm just trying to live my life right now. I'm working. Can you leave me alone? If this was a girl, I would have said the same thing. It was just the way that they were hitting on me.
Yeah, right.
I would have, Brax. I'm telling you, there's a way to hit on somebody and there's a way not to.
There's a way. And like, you can't be like, when I'm working behind the bar, like you can't be shouting at me, like trying to get my attention when I'm working. If I'm
guy,
by
girl,
myself,
gay,
I'm
straight,
busy.
doesn't matter.
Like,
Depends on
listen,
what you
I'd be
look like.
happy to sit there and listen to you, except for one thing.
Respond to
I'm at
that.
work.
He said it depends on what you look like. I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. If I'm busy at work, I've got shit to do.
Smoking Hot 10 comes up and she says,
in fact,
hey!
It might work out better for me if I completely
hey.
ignore the Smoking Hot 10.
Are you kidding me? Dude, she just comes up, she's like, hey, hi, hey, what's up? I want to know all about you.
No, different situation.
Or like-
Smoking Hot 10 out of 10 comes up and she's just rude as fuck. And she's just like, hey, gin and tonic, hey.
Yeah.
Are you giving her a benefit of the doubt, or are you just treating her like...
you.
Okay, good.
I mean, I'll be like, you're hot, but you're a bitch.
Oh, okay, well, that's why you're not a bartender.
And that's why you're not on the camera right now. Jeez, so no one can catch you and see your face.
SP5!
No one knows who Slutty
This
Boy 5.
Slutty Boy 5 is a bad man. Bad man.
So all I said was, and then I played it, because, look, this is how you do it, okay? And I wasn't doing this in any reason. I just know, because there was already a guy in the aisle seat, and he's funny, man, because this guy's probably 55 or 60, white guy, and he's like, I'm like, as soon as I sat down, I was like, hey, man, I've got this new pillow. If you ever need to get out, just I'm planning on passing the fuck out. Just tap me. Don't worry about waking me up, okay? And he's like, oh yeah, I do this leg every 6 weeks. I'm good.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And I said, oh, really? Every 6 weeks, huh? What for?
I've got a bag attached to the inner thigh.
Right. He's like, I've already got my catheter in. I'm set, dude. But it's funny because then I'm asking follow-up questions, and I realize after about the third follow-up question, he's looking for his headphones to put in. Because he's trying to set the precedent. Hey, buddy, it's very nice talking to you. I'm not going to do this for 5 hours.
Oh, God, I know.
You know what I mean? There are ways to send that signal without saying, yeah, cool, man. All right, cool. See you when we land.
And then just turn away.
And then turning your back. You can't do that. But what you can do is be like, yeah, absolutely, I know. And then just put your headphones on and just see ya. Yeah. Like, headphones and earbuds are the universal plain sign for shut the fuck up.
The only thing I want to hear is right here.
So I was like, okay, I got to watch myself, because I am somebody who really can wear you out if I'm not conscious of my wearing out. So all I said, she starts like toasting a bagel. It's an everything bagel. And I hadn't eaten yet. It's like 9:30 in the morning.
Whoa.
This is the girl now.
Yeah. Hold on.
Toasting?
Rewind.
She's toasting?
No. I'm sorry.
How is she toasting it? What, she got a blowtorch on the plane? She's just got a blowtorch on the plane where she's just like, yeah, so how's your day going? I'm just getting here on the plane today, and I want to, how...
She picks up a panel on the floor and like starts roasting it on the engine, the actual engine block, right? And just start using the heat from the wings. No, she was buttering her bagel that was toasted. And it smelled so good. I love an everything bagel. It smelled so good.
Yeah.
SB4.
They're delicious.
SB Slutty Boys down. TKO of laughter. I wish he had a camera right now. He's just doubled over cracking up. So I said to her, and I didn't even look at her. So Belly, if you're her, I just said, while maintaining straight ahead, I just leaned sort of to her and said, you know, it's not every day that the person you sit next to actually brings something that smells fantastic on the plane. That's all I said.
Yeah.
That's all I said. And she goes, oh my God, they toasted it. I didn't ask them to toast it. I was thinking that, oh my God, this is going to smell now. Everybody on the plane's going to wear me out. I was freaking out. Thank you so much for saying that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Weird. And you know what I did after that? Hey, yeah, no worries about it. Put my headphones on. I set the precedent. You're safe. I'm not going to wear you out. I promise.
All right.
Safety. Safety first.
And then
I passed out for 2 hours.
Nice. On that pillow.
Oh, that pillow's
I wish
amazing.
you had the pillow in here.
Brax, go to the internet. Go to the internet. I have to show these people this thing. Guys, if you're on planes at all, it's like having a body pillow that you can snuggle with. And I mean, I actually got sleep. Just go to Google.
Studio mode.
Studio mode. Oh, it's been a while.
Oh, no.
Go to Google. Belly and I will chat this out while you're looking
Yeah.
for it. Type in airplane pillow and look for one that's like a triangle that has holes in the side. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but just while I'm bringing it up, you blow it up in like 5 breaths. It's got this easy. Do we find it? There you go. It's got this easy, like, it's not like a beach. You guys know how a beach ball has like that little nipple that comes out of the beach ball and you have to blow it up forever? It takes forever. This one's easy. There's no nipple. It's like flat and flush. You just blow like 5 times. Look at this. Brax is perfect. Good job. That's actually the one that I have. It's that color and everything. You can put, so you put your tray table down and you face it just like that so that your head goes in that front face. So your face is like you're in that front circle. Your face goes through that front circle, and then your arms can go through those side holes. And you can watch a video inside there with your arms inside. So like your face is in the top thing, looking inside the thing, and inside the pillow, and then you're just like in your own little world. You can use it in 4 different situations to the point where you're literally like just like you're just crashing, man.
And you got sleep on the plane.
I got
right?
2 hours both ways, dude.
2 hours both ways. That means it's worth it.
It turned to 4.5.
It's $15.99.
It came with
It's prime. It's prime for shipping.
It came with an eye patch and earplugs. And I mean, guys, you put some noise canceling headphones on. Like, honestly, it turned a 5-hour flight into one movie. I slept for 2 hours. I watched a movie. We were in our descent. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But can you imagine sitting next to that guy? That's who she's sitting next to. And I'm in the middle, too. You got 2 people who are inconvenienced by this now.
But you're not inconveniencing them because you're not on the armrest because you're leaning forward.
Damn right.
So now they have armrests.
Damn right. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So we'll finish this up and then we'll get into bellies. Oh my God, we've got to get tips for tipping. We've got scooters. We might have to do birds and the bees on Wednesday, but why the hell are we calling sex talk birds and the bees? Birds don't fuck bees. What's that about? We'll get all into this next. Slutty Boy 5's about to go off. Let's hear a free. What do you got?
Oh, we got a freestyle one time for the rhymes on the track for the freestyle on the LITM. But we do it like we doing it in a band. Hey,
Slutty
this beat
Boy
sucks. Give me another one.
Oh, is it the beat? Okay, go ahead.
Oh wait, we're doing it again.
Oh, have you called me out? If you call the DJ, now you get roasted.
Oh, yeah, I'm calling the DJ out.
Slutty Boy 5.
Here we go.
Turn me up.
Turn me up in the ears.
Take us out, SB.
Slutty Boy 5 on the track, do it live. I don't care what the beat is, I do it live. We do it 5 times, no less, no more. Do it when I rhyme on the Cubs in Chicago like we rhyme in on the Jets. But the Skins common to the top of the conference preseason. But it don't matter because we do it right and we take it like Bud Light to the top. Ooh, bang.
Oh, okay. That was awful. SB5, we love you. Way to go, bro. We'll see you guys in a minute. Lucdogg in the morning. Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what the fuck am I going to eat today? I got the answer for you right here, folks. It's Marinate Restaurant. You marinateyourlife.com. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go over there. You're going to get yourself some sliders, some bowls, some soups, some tacos, whatever it is, because you know on Tuesdays, those tacos are buy one, get one free. So head over to the brand new store on the corner of Western and Melrose and get yourself some goddamn tacos. Let's go, baby. MarinateYourLife.com. Head over there today.
for the best food you've never had.
Pay the man, baby.
Welcome back, folks. It's your boy Lucdogg hanging out with you in the morning, as we always do every Wednesday and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Might have to start thinking about that start time, pushing it back to 11. It's getting early, Belly. I'm tired.
You're sleeping late.
I'm chilling.
Today was a weird day. I woke up, it was like 8:30, and I didn't hear Luch at all in the living room.
Which is already backwards.
This is already weird.
Because I'm always up at about 7:30.
And then I open the door, I go out, and I start moving around. I start moving stuff around in the studio. Then I'm sitting there looking at my watch. 9:15 hits. 9:20.
Oh, thank you for giving me until 9:20.
Brax arrives. Brax arrives.
Yeah, I'm still in bed.
Still in bed.
I'm still waking up. I'm on my second cup of coffee, but you know what? When the lights go on, folks, it's time to go. So thank you for joining us here.
But the best part of it all was
what?
I got to knock on your door and go, "Hey, buddy."
It was very nice. It was very nice. How do you wake somebody up? Because I swear to you, man, I can't stand somebody being like, "Good morning, sunshine, here it is," and then they open up the windows.
Now you know how I feel every time I walk out of my room.
I do not do that.
Not every day. There are some days where you're ready to go.
Touchdown! Yeah, that's
There are
true.
some days where you're ready to go.
I actually try to make a little bit of a effort to like not talk to you for like 5 minutes when you walk out. I'm just like, just let him wake up first. Just let him wake up.
It's true.
So Braxton Blue is also Slutty Boy 5, and I just wanted to say thank you for putting that free out, because even as bad as it was, it is really hard when somebody goes, "Hey, drop a free," and you just go, "Okay." I respect that, because
yeah, bro.
Like when I'm a songwriter. I have a rap name. I have songs on the internet of me rapping. But if you said, "Hey, drop a free," I'd be like, "Oh, no, thanks." It's so bad when I rap.
I mean,
me too.
Like freestyle. Excuse me. Flip Mug? No. He's got it. So just to finish up, after I woke up, we ended up. I asked her about the pillow. That's what happened on the plane. I said, "Did that pillow? How was that experience for you?" Just so I know, is that like really a nightmare for the person sitting next to me, or am I like, am I clear? And she was like, "I didn't even notice it. What are you talking about?" She passed out. Amazing. So then we started talking, and that's what I wanted to say. We talked until we landed. It was about an hour and 45 minutes. It was really helpful because she's in real estate in LA, and it was helping me out to try to figure out like what areas. She was telling me about all different spots: Long Beach, Huntington Beach, Newport. And it was really neat. But I just thought I would bring that out there, that if I had started that conversation from the beginning when we took off, never would have gotten that far.
No.
Never would have turned into, "Well, take down my info. You're a DJ. Why don't let's do some stuff together. I have some work that," it never would have gotten there if I had started doing this from the beginning. I had to give her a 2.5. I had to throw my earbuds on and from the beginning, "You can trust me as a seat buddy."
Yeah.
That's what you have to put out first.
I'm going to be asleep and leaning forward, so you get an elbow rest and no one talking to you.
And I won't wake you up. I won't try to get out of the aisle. Just, "You can trust me." That's all I wanted to portray. So next time you have a hot chick sit next to you on a plane, be a good seat buddy. Earn that first, then start talking. Belly, these bird scooters are so cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
you saw
about?
them all out in Santa Monica, out
Dude,
there.
tell the people what they are.
So
it's
if
amazing.
you haven't seen them yet, they're all over. I want to say they're in pretty much every state. Well,
Main city, except for New York.
Except for New York. New York, I believe that all electric scooters and stuff like that are illegal within the city.
Any one-wheel riders, and hello to all of you in the social media lounge. Today we are serving Nilla wafers and tapioca pudding. Very nicely done. Yeah, that one's for Jessica Jones. I don't know if she can have the Nilla wafers, but I'm going to tell you right now, she was eating something that looked like tapioca pudding, and it looked amazing. I don't even like it. I was just like watching her eat it, and I was like, "Do you got any Nilla wafers?" So good morning, everyone. It's awesome to have you in here. But no, these scooters they're going to probably end up ruining life for one-wheelers. They're going to... It's a ride-sharing system, right? Mm-hmm. Where these scooters are literally like razor-looking scooters, like actual childlike-looking scooters with the 2 wheels and then the stem and the handlebar, right? But they're motorized, Belly. They go 16 miles an hour.
Yes, they do. And you use an app on your phone to get these scooters. You just scan the barcode on there. Bird scooters require you to also scan your driver's license. So if you don't have one, you can't use it.
It's $1.
It's $1 to start, and then it's 15 cents per minute that you ride the scooter.
So your 5 mile ride was what?
$9, maybe.
Yeah, I rode it 4 times in a day, just back and forth to get like errands. Anytime I needed to go somewhere because I don't have a car, it cost me $235 each ride.
Exactly,
and it's fun,
especially when you're visiting another city. It really expands like the radius you can like kind of walk to, quote unquote.
Not
like
only that, but it
check out a restaurant that's a little further out, maybe like a mile and a half down the road. Close enough to where you think you can walk, but also far enough where you don't want to order an Uber for a mile ride.
And I don't think you can, honestly, Bella, you're right. And I don't think you can get a feel for what it's like to actually like live in a city. If you're thinking about moving there, if you're staying with other people, you're on other people's schedules, there's something about having a car, being on your own, and just driving around a city or any area that just makes you feel like now you know a little bit more about it on your own.
Well,
and the scooters allow you to do that.
And
they really do.
Cities that you live in, people live in now where they don't have a car.
Right.
The parking's too much. Like that, they use mass transit to get around the city. This is just another form of mass transit that can take you down. And the other cool part about these things is every time you finish a ride, they'll tell you how much like energy or emissions you didn't put into the environment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll actually see it at the end of your ride. They'll give you like a you traveled this far, you didn't put this many miles or this much emissions into the atmosphere during your ride.
That's pretty neat. I like the fact that you can leave it. Like if you want to go into the store, but you don't want somebody to come and take your scooter while you're in the store, you just don't end the ride, so that the clock keeps going. And all right, it's 15 cents a minute, but whatever. Your scooter's sitting right there for you. Literally $2.35 every time I went on a ride. But the problem is, it's pretty neat because you just open up the app and then there's a map and it's got these it shows you where every single scooter is and you just walk to the closest one. It almost looks like you're playing Pokemon, just walking around. But what's crazy is that these people just shit all over these scooters. I mean, you see broken ones just busted to all hell all over the road.
Dude, I saw a kid ripping one in the Venice skate park. Like, ripping.
Oh, yo, no. You can have a blast with them.
I've seen people getting dangerous on them, but you do sign that you are liable for anything.
You're supposed to wear your own helmet, but I saw, I mean, let's be honest. You're going to probably have a couple beers and take one to the next bar. Who's going to say that you can't? I was watching these dudes.
You can probably get a DUI on those. If you can get a DUI on a bicycle, you
sure you can. I guarantee you can.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I was just in the apartment cutting down a Christmas tree, looking out the window, and there was two guys riding on them, and they were on the side of the road. And you guys, if you've been there, you know that some of the sidewalks are really uneven and cracked. So it was funny because if you don't ride one wheels, if you don't consistently ride skateboards, if you're not used to looking at your line in the street and looking for bumps, dude, you're just like cruising like you're on a bicycle, and it ain't the same. And it was funny because these two dudes were sending it down this sidewalk, and they looked like frat boys. One of them looked normal. They were both white dudes, but the guy in the back was like a very oversized gentleman in like a pink polo, like button shirt. Looked like he was going to a frat, but he was a pretty fat dude. And he was cruising on this thing, and then he came up to a bump where I knew it because I had already ridden that sidewalk, and I was like, oh, he's going to bite it here. And he did. He goes, oh, shit, and he ran right into it. He had to like hop off of it and run it out. And all you one-wheelers are out there are like, yeah, sounds like every other Tuesday for me. And it's like, yeah, exactly. But these people don't know this from anything else, and they're not used to it. And not only is that going to cause somebody to get hurt, but I just don't see these cities being okay with the idea that you can just litter the city. I mean, anywhere you look, there are scooters just laying on the ground, half broken.
Not only that, people are. Someone commented on this in the social media lounge. There's also pictures on the internet. People just like in San Diego and like San Francisco just throw them into the ocean and river.
Yeah, dude, my Uber driver was telling me out there that like high school kids in LA have no sense of material anything. They'll just key a car because it looks nice and they don't like that. They'll tag a spot on the wall because it's clear, and they don't like something new in their city. Like, look at all the LeBron posters that are getting tagged. It's part of that culture out there, tagging. I remember when I was playing Tony Hawk skateboarding. Remember you had to tag shit? Yeah. You had to go find all the tags? Like, that's part of LA culture. And that was from 20 years ago.
Well, cities are also, the cities that host this especially are very anti. There's so many people that are against this. People that are driving around.
Well, you're supposed to ride in the bike lane. You're not supposed to be on the sidewalk, technically.
Walkers are against it. Bikers are against it. Cars are against it. They stand against a mighty fight ahead of them to keep these things in cities because so many people are not for these electric scooters. And like you were saying, this could really ruin a lot of the electric e-skate community.
It's going to force regulation way faster and way harsher than probably necessary if it was just one-wheelers riding around or just e-riders riding around. Now that you've got actual companies that are putting out, you know, like 2,000 scooters every morning, then they just pick them up every night and they charge them and put them back out there in the morning.
But the other problem is the people that use them are so disrespectful.
They're really disrespectful and they're ruining it.
And they're very disrespectful about how they care for them, and then very disrespectful of the other people around them.
Right. So tell us about New York. Is that
New York's
banned
a
now?
city. I think New York's a city where you can't really. It's banned there. They're not there. It's the perfect place for them, but it's impossible for them to get there.
Dude, can you imagine those things in Times Square, yo? People would die.
There's too many people.
I mean, have you seen traffic in LA? People drive like it's fucking like Grand Theft Auto. It's insane.
Yeah. Dude, have you been to Times Square?
No, honestly, I haven't been to New York. That's sad. I haven't been to New York since I was like 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing.
We should go. We should do a trip up there just to do it.
The sidewalks there are just people to people. There's no room for
in New York.
Yeah,
it's
so
literally.
Do they have bike lanes?
Yeah, they have bike lanes.
That's where you're supposed to ride.
Bikes.
No. You're supposed to ride the scooters and all of this stuff in bike lanes.
Yeah,
yeah. And that's what it says on the app. You actually agree to that. Anyway, so this is just new stuff that's coming. It's really the future, because I can tell you right now, like if I had my Rad Mini, if I had my one wheel, if I had my electric unicycle, like in the city, oh dude, I would never drive my car. I'm
glad they're in DC. Now I even feel more comfortable going into DC because I can get off on any metro, could stop, grab a scooter, and roll.
It's called last minute transportation, and I want you guys to just start looking it up, because I'm telling you right now, that stuff, that industry, last mile transportation, is really booming. That's these things that are like, did you see the Razor jetpacks?
No.
You seen the Razor jetpacks? Can you pull that up on the internet? Razor jetpack. I
don't trust people with I really don't.
Mode.
I barely trust people with these scooters. I'm not going to trust them with jetpacks.
There are some things out, buddy. This is battery powered roller skates.
So no.
Do you remember the shoes that the kids wear that have one wheel on the heel? They pop the wheel out and then you see them.
I know what you're talking about. I don't want these.
They're now battery powered. Razor is but it's for kids.
So I worked at Lowe's and Home Depot. You better believe
RAZOR.
Yeah. Is this it?
Pull it up. Let's just look at with the people.
That does not look like it.
All right. We'll just scroll with the people. That's cool. I want to see it.
All right. Why do you call it a jetpack?
I think it's called a Razor.
It's definitely not a jetpack.
It's not a jetpack.
It's definitely not what it's called.
Just do Razor rollerblades.
Razor skates. Try that. Try Razor skates.
It's definitely not jetpack, because that would sound awesome.
That's the first one.
Yeah, those. I've seen those that you attach to your shoes.
You put them basically on your shoes, and they go up to, I think, 8 or 12 miles an hour.
Yeah,
they attach to your heel.
I have seen those.
And they're motorized, I guess, battery powered. So, like, these are the little things, folks, that are coming out that are really weird. I mean, that one's more for kids and stuff. That's more like the trotter version, if you will. But, you know, I mean, it's just cool to see this last mile transportation, because the whole thing is like, just get into the city and then you can figure it out from there. I see these beautiful women in like work dresses, like just cruising on these scooters, going to work.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
People use them. A lot of locals use them for work. It's tourists that can really ruin something like this.
Yes, that probably is who is ruining it. The tourists.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Let's throw it into the river. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? Do you have no sense of anything?
Let's leave this scooter right in the middle of the path, because I'm done with it.
Unbelievable. Wow, today's going, guys. I'll tell you what. I met this person over the weekend.
You guys are so hot right now.
I got to meet her. It was awesome. So, Felicity Heath, it was very nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Let's do a quick break with this guy. I missed this tune. When we come back, Belly, what do you want to do? You want to do tips for tipping?
I got to get to this tip.
Let's do it, because you guys, you have no idea what happened to Belly over the weekend. We told him we'd do it in the third segment. We're going to clear some space. We're going to just get out of the way. Belly's railing off next, folks. Don't you miss anything. Get your Nilla wafers. We'll be back after this.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Pay the man, baby.
Welcome back, folks. Man, we have fun doing this with you guys. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with our antics. It is Lucdogg in the morning from the channel TTR Studios right here on YouTube, joined by my co-host extraordinaire, Belly Matt LaBelle. What's up, bud?
What's going on? It's good to be here as always. It's Friday for all those people that actually celebrate Fridays, unlike me.
I know. I know. Man.
Here's the start of your work day.
You sound like such an asshole right there, but you know what? No excuses. Every day is the weekend.
I appreciate it. Happy Friday. Fridays are great.
Actually, no, I sound like the asshole because every day is a weekend. You're just saying your weekends change.
My weekends change. My Friday this past week was Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. You had 2 days off. He's feeling fresh. Thank you, Braxton Blue, who is over here doing all kinds of things, making switches. Wow. Appreciate you much. Filling up the coffee, getting ready to go with you guys. So let's get into this. Belly is a bartender extraordinaire. He works for a very popular place. We're not going to say where, but he is at the bar inside that place.
I am.
And he's one of the best bartenders in the area, not because he's just good at it, but because he gets it. Like, I'm a good DJ because I have a production eye. I do this stuff every day, and so I'm doing that for a living. Belly's got an eye for bartending and for being around people. People leave him pennies, a penny on a dollar, just to say, you know what that means, right? That penny means you were amazing.
Yeah, an extra penny on top of a cash tip means you were a good bartender or server.
No idea. So tell us about the tip that just you had to come home and tell us about.
So, first thing I want to say about tips is I don't stereotype when it comes to the customer or the tip I get, because I've seen good tips from every different kind of person, and I've seen bad tips from every different kind of person.
Do we want to explain what the stereotypes are?
No.
Because there are some.
There are some, and they're not worth it.
For example, older folks typically don't tip very well.
Yeah,
typically.
They're in their mind that like their percentages are much lower. I'd say typically, but then again, I've had great, wonderful tips that were very generous from older people. Like,
and that's why you shouldn't generalize in general.
That's why I say, like, there's no good gauge to judge anyone who's going to tip you well or bad until that check comes. And then here's the other thing I will say to people who are in the service industry that are always worried about the good and bad tips. Be confident in the great service that you give, no matter what the tip you get, and you will always get the good tips. The good tips will always outweigh the bad.
Yeah.
They
Focus on what you can control.
Balance out. Focus on what you can control. Be a good server no matter what. And if that generalization, if you get a bad tip, brush it off and say, you know what, that person's just, I know it. Like, if I know I give bad service and get a bad tip, I know I earned that tip. If I get a bad tip
on good service, I know that person just didn't enjoy their experience, and that's not on me. Belly, it's a lot of like what we do here. It's like if you trust in what you do and you focus on what you can control, then when somebody comes at you for something they didn't like, it doesn't feel as personalized. It's like, all right, hey, this just isn't for you, and maybe there's something going on in your life that you're really just sad about or really upset about, and you can't laugh. It may just be this one thing that is not working, but I'm sure we can find a shared point somewhere. Right, but if I come in here, I don't do any show prep, and we suck, and then everyone's like, hey, you guys suck, I'd be like, that would be on me. We don't do that because we trust in what we do. He's a really good bartender. Thank you. I mean, he's a really good bartender. Thank you. So, but there are times where you do get a tip that you just have to talk about, and this has happened to me a few times. We do get a lot of groups in house that are likely to do this, and quick tease before you go, before you say it. This is, to me, is the equivalent of either pennies on Halloween or the foamy peanut butter peanuts on Halloween. Yes. The tip we recently got on a check was a Bible verse. So what happens is they leave a no tip, they pay the check, and they write down a title and place and thing. And I will generally say most of the time these things are very positive, and this one... Has that happened to you before? What, getting tipped in a Bible verse? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding? Multiple times. Yes. I can't pay rent with the Bible verse. That's very nice of you. Can you also leave $3? Yes, that would be nice. No, I'm just experiencing. I didn't know that's where we were going with this. Yeah, this has happened before. Okay, hold on. Time out. I'm going to put you on a break here because I want to know what the listeners think about this. Brax, what are your thoughts there? Oh, wait. Do that again. Mind blown. Because I was born and raised Catholic. I was confirmed. Like, I have nothing against people who are religious. I pray every night. That's up to you. I'm not saying I'm Catholic. Now I'm like my own man. I just kind of like believe in something greater. That's where I'm at. But if you want to be Catholic, you want to be Jewish, you want to celebrate whatever it is that you celebrate, awesome. Do what's best for you. That's fine. But I'm just saying, I'm not somebody who's going to come out here and say, there is no God and you're stupid for thinking that. Like, that. Hey, that's awesome that the Bible verse does something for them and that it means so much to them that they feel like it's worth it for you to be tipped in that. Now, think about it that way, just to be fair.
I want to read this Bible verse, and I want you to tell me if this is like a big FU.
I don't think this is... Oh, no. They better not be, like, sticking it to you. I'm sitting here sticking up for him because I don't have any problem with the Bible verse.
This is the Bible verse. It's Thessalonians book 5 or chapter 5 verses chapter 5 verses 16 to 18. The phrase, or it goes like this: rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ.
So is that them saying we're thankful? We're thankful for you.
We're thankful. Are they?
I don't think they're telling you to be thankful. I think that's them saying, "Look, God tells me to be thankful."
See,
that's me being thankful.
They're telling me to give thanks in all circumstances, including this time where we didn't give you a tip.
Read it one more time, and let's take it to the social media lounge. Is this person sticking it to Belly, or are they saying that they're grateful? Read it for us one more time.
Rejoice always, pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ.
I think it's kind of backhanded.
I feel like that's a little backhanded. I feel like
this is God's will.
I feel like that's saying, like, you don't need the tip. You should be just thankful that we were here. Exactly. That can't be what they were saying.
That can't be.
No person would feel that way when they know. If no right mind person that knows you're getting paid $2.13 an hour and you pay your bills on tips.
I will say it was a. I guess we're awkward to say the least. I mean,
were they sticking it to you?
No, when you were trying to engage them, like asking them about meals or trying to engage them. When you're slow in the restaurant, you try and engage the guests. Try and
entertain them.
Sure. Like, help them discover something new. We work in a town center where there's a lot going on, so I always like to say, like, so are you guys got dinner plans tonight? Are you going out in the town center? Or if not, have you taken a look at our menu here at Tavern? Would you like to maybe join us here? It's one of those things where you're trying to sell points of either the restaurant or the service of being able to tell someone. Showing knowledge of the area that surrounds you is a big benefit to you in the service industry game, because the more information you can provide, the better service you give, especially with a lot of travelers working in the venue that I do.
What would Jesus do? Not that, from the social media lounge. Give thanks for your non-tip. I think it's more used to drop on the ground than for a tip. Still kind of trashy. This would be a nice thing to leave with a tip, but it sounds like they're telling you to be thankful whether or not you get paid. No business should be allowed to pay their employees under minimum wage and expect their customers to pay their salary. Other person writes in, that's actually a good point. The other person writes in, they're basically saying don't need to tip you because you should be thankful we came to eat and drink at your establishment. I'm with that person. Ryan Nelson, I'm with you. I think that's what it feels like to me. He summed up my thoughts the best.
Yeah.
Social media lounge, all of you, amazing job. I mean, this is why we love you. We call for you, you respond, you participate. If this was high school, your participation note cards would be like full. Okay? You could pick out of the prize hat. You're amazing. In fact, no more Nilla wafers. Shots of tequila. Not for us. I'm not there yet. I got to do a wedding later. Yeah. But tips should be extra and not something you depend on to pay your bills, says Copy. And it's true. It's hard. That's hard. I get that.
That's true, but I in a weird sense, I really enjoy being able to earn my money from my guests and not the company I work for.
Well, give them the line. Give the people the line you always say. This is why you, and I point at the guests and say, you pay me the big bucks because I'm here for you. I'm not here for anyone else. Like, I'm here for the service of the guest. And that's why I'm, in a weird way, it's the most rewarding work I've ever done in a weird way, in the sense of, or I guess not rewarding as much as it is compensated based on my effort. You know what I mean? It's almost like sales. Like, if you don't sell anything, you don't make any money. So when you do make a bunch of money, you feel like I really did something.
I'm doing something. Like, when I get a good tip on something, or if I made a guest smile or made their day better by just talking to them, it's just as much of a benefit to me. Getting those good tips and earning them from the guest instead of the company I work for.
But people like the way that you're coming across, because you're coming at it like you're one of them, and you're not approaching them as the face of the company. You're approaching them as, I'm one of you. Let's like have as much fun as you guys can have. forget about the company.
Yeah.
And I think that's why our last One Wheel show went nuts. I mean, Voice of One Wheel, people are going nuts over it because we basically, a lot of people always say to us, why don't you work for Future Motion? Why don't they pay you? Why don't you join up with them? For that reason alone, we're here for you. We're not here for that's why you guys come to us. The company, I don't want the company coming to us. I don't want to have to be handcuffed by a company. And as a waiter or a bartender, imagine if a company had some shitty ass like things that you had to follow and you know that it's wrong. You're not going to be able to go and earn that tip and make that person's day as great as you could have if you were working for yourself.
And Copy makes a good point here. Why does a business get away with paying their employees less and keeping more for themselves? It's definitely a fair judgment, but for me, the tip is earned by the company. It goes into the for me, especially with the company I work for, all that tip money earned is also put into account into the sales and then paid back. So technically that money is still being processed through the company. Especially for me, because I get a paycheck. I get paid every 2 weeks. I get taxed on all this.
Yeah. You get taxed on this too.
My money is going through the company and then back to me. So technically I'm earning this money and all that.
Slutty Boy 5.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't restaurant margins like seriously really thin as it is already?
This is where we need Matty Potts. But yes, that's true, right?
100%. Yeah. Especially restaurants. Now, businesses that have tipping, like optionally.
Well, isn't this going away? Didn't we say that it's going to $15 an hour in somewhere? Is it California?
DC is raising the minimum wage for service industry employees by the year 2023. All people in the service industry will be making that much.
So does that mean I'm not supposed to tip anymore? Am I not? Because I know if you go across,
it'll raise. But the other thing, here's the other thing that people don't realize: when things like that happen, like the $15 minimum wage, things like your cheeseburger that costs $10 is now going to cost $15.
Of course it is. Yeah, people don't realize that at all. Exactly.
If you
know what?
Add fries to that, it's an extra $3. If you want to get a soda, they're going to start charging you for sodas all the time.
I legally bought some marijuana in California, and it was a 20. Yeah, they made it recreational, awesome, and now they tax it 25%. So an eighth was like $85. Give me a break. What? Yeah, dude, it was a joke.
They tax it heavily.
To the wrong place.
Apparently I was to the wrong place. I did nothing illegal. It was completely legal, and it was awesome. However, if you are at the bar, you know that bartender is working for you because they're working for those tips. But once you start paying them $15 an hour, I wonder, is the incentive as the waiter, like, are they just going to get lazy because it doesn't really matter if they get the tips anymore?
I think it would flood the service industry with people that aren't built for it.
Right. You have to be a grinder.
You got to be a grinder, and things can eat at you, and people can eat at you, and
just like in any job.
And any job, but it's one of those things where,
Belly, if you're having a bad day and somebody leaves you a Bible verse, if you're not in the right mindset for that, that can really fucking anger you. You know, I could see somebody being like,
yeah,
are you kidding me? How am I supposed to eat today with this? Am I supposed to go to the grocery store and pray?
Oh, I'm
religious. I'm not going off on the fact that they're religious. That's fine.
Let me tell you, I got another bad tip the other day, and it was, here's another tip I will give you.
Tip for tipping?
Tip for tipping. If you are going to buy drinks for someone else, if you decide to pick up a check for someone else, expect to tip their tip as well.
Taking it another step further, if you get comped, if Belly gives you 2 free drinks,
which I would never do.
No, but if he was to, if a bartender gives you 2 free drinks and it would have been 30, but your bill is now 15, you tip him on 30.
Yeah.
You don't tip him on 15. That's commonplace, right? You would expect that. If you not that you give out free drinks, but if you did give free drinks, wouldn't you expect that I would tip you on the main bill instead of the free bill?
I mean, yeah, if I did, I would be one of those things where you should know, but I'm not, because
but people do it. I mean, people do it just to coach up the people.
I mean, so when I'm out and if I happen to get a free drink, I will always keep that in mind. Like, all right, I got 3 free drinks tonight. That's another $21 off my check. That's another $4 for the server.
There you go. And that's all I'm saying. Like, but you're saying if you're picking up drinks for another person?
No, I'm saying like, so I had these 2 people come in. One lady was there before, and we were talking. I was helping. She was having some issues. She was crying and all this nonsense. She was going through some rough stuff.
Wait, what's your mindset? Are you ready for this, or are you just like, oh, it's the end of the night? I don't want to deal with this.
This is the beginning of the day.
Oh God,
this is early. But she was just having a hard day. She was ready for a beer, and I was literally just being the person that was being. I was being more like the reassuring, like affirmative one.
Sure.
just saying like, you're doing a good job, like you're doing your best and you're making the right decisions. Because from everything you've told me, it sounds like he was a dickhead. But anyway, one of her friends comes out and meets her, and he is a nice guy. But I guess I'm not sure if he liked me or not, because when they asked for the check, I said, sure, absolutely. Are we all on the same check today? And he says, yes. So I drop the check in front of him. He gives me the card. I run it. And then it's a $45 tab. How much money do you think I got tipped on that
It should be $9.
It was $4 on the check.
That is under 10%.
That is under 10%.
That is 9%.
So if you're going to pick up someone else's, expect the tab to be high.
That's so shitty.
So now when you're paying for 2 people,
really?
Now expect your tab is going to be over $40.
I didn't even think you need to say this. Like, isn't that common sense? Like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
What an asshole. I think everybody should be a waiter at least some point in their life.
Yeah.
Seriously, I guarantee that person that tipped a Bible verse has never been a waiter before.
No, most likely.
Or waitress.
Most likely not.
What's the dumbest tip that you ever got? Like, what's the not dumbest? What's the weirdest? Is that the weirdest form of tip?
Bible verses are usually the weirdest form of tip. I mean,
because it's not a tip; it's just advice that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing financial to that.
I mean, most tips are generally actually what they're supposed to be. And
would you rather be tipped in like quarters by a high school kid? You know, high school kids come in, not probably at your establishment, but when I was working at like Glory Days, oh my God, wing night, they would just drop quarters on the table. It was awful.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
when high schoolers would come in.
Barista at Starbucks the other day told me that kids would come in with pennies, bro. Bags of pennies and pay for their coffee with pennies.
Can you imagine just being the guy behind that person while they count them out? You're like, you step in, you're like, let me help. You start doing stuff. I gotta go. Like, oh my God. So on the way back, just to put a nice little bow on this and bookend it, we've got 3 minutes left. On the way back, hot girl sits next to me on the plane. New hot girl.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, now I have the formula of how to earn her trust. I know what to do now. Make one little comment, make one tiny little comment, get her to laugh, and then throw the headphones on so she knows she's safe and she doesn't have to deal with me for a while. I go to make my comment. She looks at me. She looks away. I feel like I failed. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I really not that funny? I mean, I tried. I thought that was a good line. Her friend comes up to her in the aisle, and they start talking. She doesn't speak any English at all. Just zero. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I feel better about myself now. All right. Bye. I threw my headphones on.
I want to say this burn from the social media lounge.
Get 'em.
But it's about you.
Get it. I'm fine. I got thick skin.
Just wondering if Luch ever sees girls and doesn't think they're hot.
Yeah, no, my standards are pretty low. Pretty low, folks. I mean, let's just be honest. If they look at me and give me the time of day, I'm like, ooh, saucy. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. We've got thick skin over here, so Social Media Lounge, you are the best. Braxton Blue, you did great today. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, thank you.
We will see you guys on Tuesday.
Who's
for
Brax?
next
I thought
week.
that was
Slutty Boy 5.
Slutty Boy 5.
That's right. Find your G-Spot, y'all.
Oh my God. Gspot.com for everything he does. They've got Gspotbrand.com. Brand new skateboard decks all over in the Northern Virginia area, in skate shops everywhere. Belly, we gotta go.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's Friday. Get out there, have some fun, enjoy the sun, and have a great day.
The weekly One Wheel challenges are looking pretty good for this week. I'm seeing the videos come in. If you have any idea or you don't and you just want to know what we're talking about, head over to Facebook and check out the weekly One Wheel challenges group. The videos that are coming in are awesome. Shout out to my boy Adam Hilliker. Beat Magic Robots. Your first video set the bar really high. We gotta go, folks. We'll see you on Tuesday at 11 a.m. for the Voice of One Wheel, and of course Wednesday and Friday 10 a.m. for Lucdogg in the morning. From everybody here, TTR Studios. Peace.
Don't forget to go to litmradio.com.
No. I shut that website down.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we're bailing from that. We're out. Just go to YouTube. TTR Studios. Have a great weekend,
TTR Studios
everybody.
YouTube. Wish you told me that before the show.
See ya.
Bye.